Inter beat Juventus 2-0. It was a big test for all the Conte haters out there, all the Conte doubters.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous performance, but I got to tell you this. Before the game, they put out video, taken off the TV, I tweeted this out, of Arturo Vidal embracing his former teammate, Chiellini, hugging and kissing. And there's one point where Vidal kind of nuzzles Chiellini's chest, and he looks as if he's kissing right the spot where the Juve badge is.
He does.
Man,
It's a kiss.
I tell you what, if we had bad Vidal on the pitch, the one who gets himself sent off because of stupid penalty, the guy would be done.
Yeah.
Well, the usual one. The one we see too often. We didn't see that. We saw good Vidal. He opened the scoring, and we saw a tremendous performance from Inter. I think one of the best that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, but you can't be happy, right? If you're an Inter fan, or even if you're Beppe Marotta or someone, for your player to kiss the Juve badge before the game, right?
I don't know. I think you just chalk him up to saying, like, I don't understand this man's brain. I'll tell you what.
That's a good point.
But look.
It works differently, his brain.
Inter played really, really well.
They did.
They dominated the game in midfield, first and foremost. That's what set everything up. They could have scored a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Barella, if the guy had more tattoos and a mohawk, he would be Vidal. He'd be good Vidal. He'd be 2015 Vidal.
Yeah.
Same intensity, same dynamism, none of the stupid decisions, none of the rush to the head. Over and over again, the overlap he would do on the outside with Hakimi coming from a central position, Juve had no answers to that.
So that was clearly worked on training, because we've seen that many times. The worry I have with Barella, before I praise him, is there will be a point where he's going to burn out. I cannot see, he's been so good. Almost at times, Brozovic has been good, but carrying that midfield, that Inter team on his own. And he's still a young player in terms of experience, not so much in age. But that there's a point where I think, like how much more can he go? And I'm curious to see, because if Inter is to win this title, it will be down to him, Barella, and how good he will be between now and the end of the season. Because he was outstanding. There's the goal, obviously, there's the assist. And by the way, Bastoni's assist on Barella's goal is something very special. If you haven't seen it, it's a 60-yard, somewhat ball through, but not high in the air. It's just like perfect.
Yeah, and how about that for like a 6'5" Italian defender, pinging balls like
falling
that.
off as well when he hits. It's just perfect. But and then we will discuss Juventus defending, because that was awful. But Barella has to be a contender for player of the season in the whole of Serie A, not just Inter player of the season.
Here's the thing, though. There was this moment at the end when Chiesa, one of the rare good things he did in the game, he unleashes a shot. Handanovic goes down, makes a superb save. Yeah. And I thought to myself, okay, that ball goes in, then you get this nervy, squeaky bum time ending. Yeah. And because it's Inter, with all their psychodramas, all their psychological baggage, they're up against Juve. And you know that the chances that they're going to either commit a stupid error, that Cristiano Ronaldo, who did nothing in the game, suddenly pops up with something. Yeah. They get a dubious refereeing decision. The ghost of Moggi appears above the stadium. We've seen it many times. And it didn't happen. Yeah. And that's what they need to go through. But Juve serious issues there. We need to point out, no De Ligt, no Cuadrado, no Alexandro, no Dybala, fewer options off the bench.
Where was McKennie?
He decided to bench McKennie for this game. Okay,
so are we putting this on Pirlo's sort of lack of experience of those kind of games as a manager? Because this lineup, you and I saw it, and we knew what was going to happen. That there was no way this Juve midfield could compete with the Inter midfield, right?
Yeah, they can't compete when there's three of them in there. So effectively Ramsey with Rabiot and Bentancur. Yeah. So my point is, why try to compete? Why not go 4-4-2? Put Kulusevski wide. Put McKennie in the middle. You're going to get outplayed anyway, because these guys they're just not good. They don't. There's no playmaking. You can't keep the ball. They keep passing the ball sideways. Attack down the wings. You've got Morata and Cristiano. Get them some service.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to do it that way, because your fullbacks. Frabotta is a young player. Did not have a good game. Your fullbacks are going to be pinned back, because Hakimi, especially Frabotta, Hakimi plays so far up the pitch, right?
Exactly. Use that space behind Hakimi, which they never did. I just don't know how Pirlo prepared for that game and how he thought this is a good idea to approach it that way. It's such a big mistake. And again, we give him a pass because he's young as a manager, but I thought that was terrible.
Yeah, and it also doesn't help when, so many times this season we've had Cristiano do something amazing.
Yeah.
And look, you cannot expect him to do that every game. right? He had a really poor game.
Yeah.
I thought he worked, though. He started off first on the right, then he moves back to the left and whatever. He ran around, but, I think equally, we don't want Cristiano shooting 50 times a game from midfield, which he's done in the past, right? He's saying, I'm here, get me the ball, and that's all he can do. And I don't blame him for that.
No, you can't blame him for that. But when you know how good he's in the air, especially, and you don't put one decent cross, you just think, oh, come on.
It's a big blow. Inter, at least for now, as we record this, are top of Serie A.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.